Hey YouTube, it's Shanna. I am going to try to get myself out of a little art funk that I'm in. I'm just not feeling it lately, but I really want to get back into it. So let me show you what I'm thinking and let's hopefully get painting. Okay, so one of the things I like to do when I'm not really feeling like painting, which I always think I want to paint lately, and then I get up to my table and I'm like, no, not really feeling it. And then I just don't do it, and that doesn't feel good either. But sometimes I go back to my old paintings or old sketchbooks and I try to look for something inspirational that I can kind of inspire myself. So I think I found actually a few things, and today I'm going to paint something like this. And it's funny because this painting is really old, actually. It's from really when I first started painting. And I just love how simple it is. But this has remained one of my favorite paintings ever, ever since I painted it. Even though at the time I truly did not know what I was doing. But I kind of love that about this painting. And then I've actually been inspired by that painting again over time, and so I did a couple like this where I added a little bit of text in my crazy writing that you can't really read, and I really like this one too. I think I painted more of these, but I may have given them to someone. Anyway, and this one I actually did on Arches paper, which was super fun because like Arches is really fun to paint on most of the time. And then I found a couple other things in my pile of stuff. This is also really old. I mean, I don't particularly love this, but I kind of thought, what if I painted something like this in my more current style and made it looser and freer? So I might try that eventually. Scribble chickens always make me laugh, and I just love these guys. This was the first one I ever did. And I'll take it out of the sleeve so there's not a glare on it, but oh my gosh, how hilarious. Look at his little face. This is why my YouTube channel probably won't make any sense to anyone, because I am all over the place with, I'm a little all over the place with what I paint, but really, I think my style kind of translates to everything I do at this point. It's just, there's certain things that just, I mean, I'm not just a painter of watercolor florals, you know what I'm saying? Like, I admire people who just stick to one thing, but I am not one of those people. Okay, I did a bunch more of those scribble chickens, but I did them like this. I put down this black gesso, and then I scribbled the chicken on top of the black and left the text on this sheet of paper from a book. I left that showing through, and I really, really love this look. I actually framed one of them for someone, and it looks so cool because the frame was the perfect size. It left the messiness of the edge of the black, and it also left the text showing around the edge. I just thought it was the coolest thing, and I've been meaning to make another one to hang in my own house, but I haven't done that. So that needs to go absolutely on my to-do list. But anyway, I kind of like these goofy beetles too. Those are like super fun. I just adore that. This page, I was working on Wendy Brightbill's course, Sketches on Scraps, and this just happened while I was doing that course. And I was looking through photos the other day of my art, and I had taken a photo of this, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, man, I don't so much love these flowers, but I love this eucalyptus drawing that I did, and how it's sort of like weird and crazy, and this whole page makes absolutely no sense, and I don't consider this page to be a work of art in the sense of like composition and everything, but there are just certain things I really like about this that I would like to go back and revisit. And that's by being free like this and doing weird stuff on a page, just random like that, you can really open yourself up and get to better things by just trying things. And then you get ideas, you give yourself ideas. Here's a sketchbook I was going to think about working in, but I didn't. Okay, so I am going to use cotton paper. It's Blick cold press cotton, 9x12. Honestly, I don't love this paper simply for the texture of it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's good paper. It's nice. I just don't love the texture, so I personally do not think I would buy it again. But I am also super picky about texture on paper, so maybe I am not worth listening to about that. I don't think everyone is as weird as I am about these things. So the original painting I did on, I believe it was Legion Stonehenge paper. They're 100% cotton, and I like that paper, but it's just a personal preference again. Oh my gosh, my hat, I have to take it off because I'm hitting the camera. I mean, my phone. Legion paper is good. I only ever bought like one or two rolls. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? Blocks of that paper, and I never purchased it again. I found that when you put tape on it, it loves to rip the paper when you take off the tape, so that kind of aggravated me, but otherwise I thought it was pretty good paper. Okay, I have not thought this through. I don't know what colors I'm using, but I have to say, I really like, okay, I don't want that paintbrush. I'm gonna grab a long, oh, I don't have one out. I have long rounds, which are really nice, but you know what? For the sake of me not trying to find the other paintbrush, I'm just gonna use a Princeton size 10 Heritage Round. Because these are pretty springy and pointy, so I do like that about them. I am wondering if I can get everything in the shot here. My water jars, I don't think you need to see that like that in that much detail, but I have most of my watercolor palette showing. Like I do have some extra colors up at the top where you can't see. Let me show you. Oh boy. Okay. But it's nothing terribly important. All right. Let's go with hot pink. Why not? I love, okay, let me backtrack just a hot second. I want to test out some colors real quick. This is just my scrappy little, oh my gosh. Well, that happened the other day, and that's great. That's a crazy chicken right there. Okay, let me just swatch some colors and see like what colors I want to actually use. I'm just gonna put water in like a bunch of colors. I kind of want this to be simple. Like I don't want to use like so many colors, but because I really like the original painting, and I do think in that painting I was using liquid. I believe it's Hydrus watercolors. No, it wasn't Hydrus. It was the super concentrated PH Martin's watercolors, and I don't have those anymore because they just didn't work for me really. So over time when I used them, it wasn't my favorite thing. So I kind of like gave them to my friend. And so I don't have those anymore. So I can't recreate that. See, Pink and orange sometimes you have to be careful with. Like that orange, you know what I think I did in that painting? I just used yellow and pink and let it make orange on the page. I believe that's what I did. Oh boy. I definitely paint a lot looser now than I did back then. Like those leaves, if you can see again, they're very formed. They're very kind of tight. I mean, not terribly so, but that's not really how I paint now. Let me see about this yellow. I guarantee you my leaves on this new painting are going to be very different. Yeah, that's what I did. I used yellow and pink and just let it make orange. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use yellow and orange. I mean, oh my gosh, yellow and pink. Trying to talk and paint at the same time is not my strong point. So the other thing I'm going to do before I start is splatter some water on the page so that unexpected things can happen. Bleeds, things like that. And I just don't know. I just don't know what will happen, but that's kind of my whole point. So my goal is to make 3 sets of leaves on each. I split the page into thirds, as you can see. I'm gonna make 3 leaves on each, or 3 plants, I guess, not leaves, because each plant is gonna have more than 1 leaf. And at least I'm painting, right? I mean, this is not meant to be anything like spectacular. It's just truly to get myself painting because for whatever reason, I've been struggling to do it. You can also splash some drops as you go to kind of loosen up what's there. On the original painting, I splattered purple, which I will do after I'm done with the leaves. I'm holding the paintbrush at the very end. That helps me stay loose. And obviously I'm just switching back and forth between the yellow and the pink. You can kind of do like half of a leaf and then switch colors and finish it with the other half so it kind of blends together. Try to have some of them touch so the colors bleed together. My favorite brush for splatter is a size 4 Princeton Heritage Round. So that's what I'm grabbing next. I don't often use like a dioxazine purple straight up, but I'm going to in this case. I like my purples usually a little like muddied up. I don't really like straight up purple, but I'm making an exception for this painting. Actually, I want some bigger splatters, so I don't even really have a place on my palette for purple because I don't use it very much. Oh my gosh, it's such a strong color. So let me see if I can get like a, oh, whoa. That was a little intense, but we're just gonna go with it. Now, I'm gonna try again with some, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay, so that is gonna be that for now. That's all I'm gonna do. And then I am going to come back as I usually do with maybe some colored pencil or something afterward, just to give it a little more definition and get a little more value into this painting. And so I'll be back when that is dry. My painting is dry, and let's see if we can spice this up a little bit. I'm gonna grab my drawer of colored pencils. I have this, I believe it was US Art Supply. I'm gonna pick up my phone and annoyingly move it and show you. I have this drawer thingy that has 10 drawers. Anyway, it's really nice, and I've basically picked out my favorite colors of every medium that I use and put them in the drawers. So that's what this is. My favorite watercolor or colored pencils. I'm saying watercolor because I'm looking at my watercolor palette. I am doing like a bunch of stuff at once. That's why things are so kind of wild and crazy. So anyway, what now? What do we want to do now? You know, I mean, I've just got to go for the hot pink. Why not? I'm going to just loosely, this is a short pencil, so I can't, well, I can hold it at the end. I guess that would be good, but I try to hold my utensils very loosely at the ends or just in a loose way with my hands so that I can get a loose look when I'm sketching, drawing, painting. I don't want those perfect lines. I don't, my air conditioner just came on and is blowing my papers everywhere. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I will try to take that background noise out of the video. I realized I haven't really done that in my last couple videos, but I do know how to do that, and I should just put a little time and effort into it, just in case there's any background noise. But generally when I'm recording, I'm home and it's pretty quiet. It really does not matter like what pencils you use for this. You could use Crayola, I swear. I should go grab my kids' Crayolas and just do that because you do not need fancy colored pencils. I have fancy ones. I have Luminance. I have Prismacolor. Pretty much both of those sets I got from like Facebook or OfferUp, so I did not pay full price for that stuff, and nor would I at this point for my style. It's unnecessary. I don't need fancy things for colored pencils. Now I'm gonna go ahead and buy fancy watercolors, acrylic paints that do what I want them to do, nice oil pastels. So I'm not trying to say that, you know, in all cases that it doesn't matter like what the quality of your art supplies, but I would say truly for most people, it actually really doesn't matter, especially if you're just getting started. I'm guessing if you're watching me that you're not some kind of professional because you probably are watching someone else that maybe actually knows what they're doing. But, you know, I think you get my point. It's if you're just playing at home and you're not taking yourself too seriously, and I don't know why, but for some reason I just want to take this off the block right now. Yeah, you don't have to spend $1 million on art supplies. The one thing, I mean, if you're doing watercolor, the paper is important. There's really no way around that. I know some people like non-cotton papers, wood pulp papers, and they do pretty well with them. But for me, it's pretty much not something that I do anymore. I don't mind having, for example, my little scrappy notebook. This is not cotton paper. This is just Canson XL mixed media paper. That is, I can play with that and have fun. I can play in certain sketchbooks that aren't cotton and enjoy that and have fun. But for the most part, painting on cotton is kind of an essential thing for me. Once you try it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's worth splurging on. If nothing else, splurge on the paper. Forget the rest of it. You can use lower cost paints, watercolors, and get a great result. the paper is what is a very big limiting factor in, especially with watercolor. It's not so much important if you're doing acrylics, I would say, or even oil pastels, which are my other two favorite mediums. Oh my gosh, Alexa, I'm not talking to you. Alexa, stop. What did I say? That she started talking. Okay. Honestly, oh, okay. No. We got to put some gold splatter on this because, see, here's the thing. I have not been having fun painting at all lately. This is just what I needed, to paint something so simple. And you know what? Is this painting perfect? No. But I don't really care about that. I care about getting myself to sit down, feeling like I'm in the moment and having fun. I'm playing. That is my goal. My goal is not to make a painting that is going to go into a gallery or become viral on social media. Like, I don't even post my stuff on social media. And this is gold. Oh, yes. Okay. My goal is to find my happy place, because I do find that when I'm working on my art, and sometimes you get a little lost, right? You just get a little lost and it's hard to come back. But okay, ideally I would wait for it to dry, but I'm gonna just do the thing that I'm thinking of, which is to add my writing. And I'm doing this with a gold gel pen. Again, it doesn't matter what brand. I have like 3 different ones. I'm not attached really to any of them. I can't write and talk at the same time, so bear with me for a sec. So I'm just gonna put some lines of writing like on each row here. Please go ahead and try to read what that says. It's not gonna happen. Okay. You wouldn't think I spent much time perfecting a way of writing that is illegible, but I really have. I really have. And I write in my journal, not every day, but a lot of days. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. Look, this whole thing, well, it's maybe a quarter full. And I've done this in other places too. This is not the only journal I have like this. Look, everything is illegible, but it's real. I mean, it's me writing stuff like as if I'm writing in a journal, but you can't read it. And I think there's a beauty in that. Personally, for me, it works for me. Okay. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a try. I could seriously paint this like 50 more times with different colors, and maybe use the same color. Maybe use one color and do variations on value, and that could look cool. I kind of love the hot pink madness going on with this one, and let me know if you give it a try and how it turns out. All right. Thanks for watching.